Kinetic Bridges, empowering children to advocate, believe, and conquer.
So Kinetic Bridges is a 9-year dream. It started with my daughter's journey in kindergarten, and my husband and I believe strongly in the freedom of choice and having the ability to choose your child's education. And what we found and what we ran into is that because of some developmental, emotional struggles, she just really struggled academically. She struggled emotionally, she struggled to make friends, and just really hasn't found a place where she fits. And that has been so hard as a mom to watch. And just knowing that there's really not programs to help her find her place and find her fit in that school environment. And so I just started praying, like, Lord, there has to be an answer. There has to be a way to make this work. I know she's not the only kid that's struggling, because these other parents and I are talking, and it was just, I'm not really the type of person that just sits on a dream, and the Lord just would not let this go. It just kept growing and kept being pressed more and more on my heart, like, you're supposed to do this. But it was like, Lord, how? Like, I don't have an education background. My background is counseling. So from the parent perspective, I can work with parents, I can work with the students on the counseling side of it, the emotional side of it, but I can't touch academics. And so the Lord, clearly when he says go, he means go, because he brought Amanda and I back together. We actually went to college together 20 years ago.
Long time ago.
And through our daughters, actually, and through struggles that her daughter was having,
Yes.
He brought us back together, and I had no intention of sharing with her what I was thinking at all. Like, I'm currently in school and really felt like I needed to finish my degree before I started this, and then God kind of changed all of our plans. And we were just talking one day about the girls and their struggles they've had in school, and it literally just, like, if you've ever had God just like spill something out of your mouth and you're like, wait, I wasn't ready to say that, that's literally what happened. And I totally expected her to go, that's a great idea, but you're crazy. Hi. And she didn't. Her response was, I've been feeling antsy. This is a need. I see it as a teacher. I think we need to do this. And I was like,
What just happened?
She really didn't say that. And literally, that was 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months ago.
Yeah. And we're on our way. So this is really a ministry that the Lord has started really 20 years ago, and has brought us back together. And so my job, my role, I'm the operations director, and I guess founder. And then Amanda is, I treat her like a full partner, but her role is education director. So she's in charge of the academic side, and I'm in charge of the daily operations, marketing, counseling side of things. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey.
It has been, and it was one that I always kind of had in my heart. I went to school for education, obviously, and I kept seeing all these kids just struggling, and it just broke my heart. Why they couldn't read or why they couldn't do their math, and it didn't always stop when they got a little bit of help. They needed more. I was fortunate to start teaching in a wonderful school in the Springfield area, and I learned a whole bunch about meeting kids' needs and really pouring into them, but I still felt like there was something else that God just had built into me that I had to give. And so when Sarah was like, hey, I have this idea, I feel like the Lord is saying I need to tell you, I just was like, whoa, I can't believe this. Like, this is what he created in me, this dream, this passion for these kids, and knowing that I can help them and that they can succeed. And so yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, we were in college and had not a care in the world, you know how that goes. And now it's like, what? We've got a business and we have kids and they have these needs. And so, you know, being in the classroom, even in the most wonderful school, there are still kids who struggle. And you can ask any teacher, any parent, and they will tell you the same thing, that sometimes kids just need more. And sometimes that's emotionally they need more, physically they need more, mentally they need more, and we want to support them. So it is super important for Kinetic Bridges to have a place within this community, because there are so many kids that need it. They might need it a huge amount and they might need just a little bit. But regardless, we're here for them, and that's what we want to do. We want to see those kids start to believe in themselves, and to do that, we want to teach them to advocate, to be able to say, like, what I need to do, you know, like, I don't get it, and be safe to say that, and feel okay to say that. And then we want them to start believing in themselves and develop self-confidence and the ability to go into their own classroom and tell their teacher, like, I don't get it, and it's okay that I don't get it, and like truly be okay with that. And when they can truly be okay with that, they can come out on the other side of that and they can truly conquer. And that is our big goal. Like, that is the heart of it. We want to see conquerors, and we want to see them like just so on fire for what they're learning and okay with who they are, who they were created to be.
Yeah, and all kids have hopes, all kids have dreams.
Yeah.
And we were all created individually, and we both just believe with every fiber of our beings that no child should have to be stifled, and that if there is a way, we can find it, and that's what we want to teach them. So that is really our hope and dreams moving forward is, you know, our name Kinetic means movement, and so we want to teach the kids to move forward. And bridges, we want to be the bridge between I'm here, but I need to be here, and I want to move across this bridge and succeed. And that is just, that encompasses our dream, is to help kids learn how to move forward, accomplish their dreams, and to give their parents not only the choice to choose which school their child attends, but to give their parents the knowledge to know that I'm not alone in this journey, and I have somebody fighting on my side. I have somebody to call, I have somebody to talk to, I have somebody who understands. Because we can both tell you, as moms of kiddos with struggles, it's very isolating, it's very lonely, and it is hard. It's hard on your marriage, it's hard on you emotionally, it's just flat hard. But coming out on the other side, and we want to come out on the other side with our parents and with our kids and celebrate their successes, and you know, and work through their failures. So that is our hopes and our dreams. Yeah, so it's exciting. Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. And God has been incredible. The doors that He's opened, the doors that He is opening, it's just, He's opening doors faster than we can really swim through them.
Running fast we can.
But that's the awesome thing, and that's how you know it's really true of the Lord, because none of this makes sense, and it's just working, and that's how it's done. So it's super exciting, but we don't want to do this alone either.
Right.
We need help. We need community support. So the very first thing that we need is prayer. We're both in uncharted waters. We're doing this as a nonprofit. If you've ever started a nonprofit, that's just a smidge overwhelming. Just a little. And so just praying for us through that process, through getting all of this started. We are hoping to get into 2 schools, the pilot program next year, and then from there launch out into hopefully all of the private schools in Springfield. And then just to have a tutoring program where kids who are struggling, who have learning differences, have a place to come and put tools in their toolbox so that they learn how to succeed. So just praying us through those steps is huge, because we're making a lot of decisions we've never made before. But the Lord has just been incredible in leading us. So that's the first way. The second way is financially. This is a not-for-profit, which means we're doing a lot of work for free at the moment.
We are. And we're really thankful for our husbands who support all that.
Yes, we are.
But it goes to the kids.
Yeah, it goes to the kids.
You know, it keeps going back to the kids. That's why
Yes.
we're a nonprofit.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want everything that we do make to go back into the kids and helping these kids become the people that the Lord created them to be. So prayer, financial, and then one of the really cool things about our space is our freedom to allow the kids to move as they need as they're learning. So you do that through using a lot of sensory tools, and sensory tools are not cheap. So there's going to be a list of supplies that we need. So helping provide those things would be amazing. And then just your support. You know, what's been so exciting is to see the girls rally
They have.
and get behind
It's
us.
okay to cry. It's near and dear to our hearts.
Both of them have just taken ownership in this because it's for them. They're the reason that this started.
Right.
Because we've watched them struggle for so long. And they're not just seeing us fight for them in the classroom or at the kitchen table. They're watching us answer the Lord's calling to do something about it. And I think that's when it's been so neat. Like, they want to start a store and they want to make sensory tools. And the profit from those sensory tools is going to go back into scholarship funds for the kids in this program. And that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
When you take two girls who just haven't fit anywhere and they have just truly embraced this and made it theirs.
Yeah.
And it's been incredible.
Well, and they've helped with decorating the room, sewing things, saying where stuff gets hung up. Like, they have had their fingerprints are on everything in here because it's for them. Like, we're doing it for them. We're doing it for every kiddo out there that needs that. And so they have been instrumental in that. They are taking ownership, like Sarah was saying, and just to see them grow through this process. I mean, even some things that you may not even know on this video, we had wins that we never even knew were gonna happen that you've already possibly seen on this video that we just kept covering in prayer, but it's a barrier. We just couldn't quite break through, and we kept after it. And you guys got to see that happen. Like, that's huge. I was crying on the inside, and Sarah was crying on the outside.
I'm always crying on the outside.
But I mean, this is for those kids, for our kids, for your kids, for your grandkids, anyone you know, that their kiddo needs just that little bit more. They need a safe place. They need to be loved on. They need a different way of thinking, because sometimes in a classroom you can only do so much because you are restricted to some degree. And so we can let them go run in the gym. They need to go run, or they can jump up and down on the ball. Like, there's a ton of things that we get to do here to help these kids, and you get to be a part of that. That's what we want. Kinetic bridges. We need your help to make kinetic strides forwards for these kids. We want to empower them to advocate, believe, and then conquer.